So the question is, if Mourinho, he was at Real Madrid at that time, took over from Ferguson with the squad that Ferguson left, would things have been different? Stanley, what do you think?
Now I need to think about it as well. I think it would have been different. I think we would have had a better season than what we had, like straight after the Fergie era.
Yeah.
But Mourinho is Mourinho. He would have got into fights with people that he didn't need to get into fights with. So
that's true.
It like somehow, some way, like he would have ruined it for himself. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think we would have won. We would have won something, but I don't know what we would have won.
That's interesting because the way that those guys, some of those guys in the squad that were in that squad, like let's say Scholes for example, the way he talks about Mourinho now.
You're thinking,
if for example you go into a big game, and he says sit back, Scholes gonna look at you and say, "Are you sick?"
Yeah.
Like, look at what we've got. Like that squad. If you look at the squad back then, it might not be as potent as you think it could be, but that team won a title. So you looking at that and saying, okay, maybe you add one, two, like sort of what he did at Chelsea when he added Fabregas and Diego Costa after, said, okay, this will win me the title now.
Yeah.
If he looked at that and said, 'cause I think he would have done that sort of thing, and
4 2 or 3,
and he wouldn't have moved the way David Moyes did, instead of how nervous he was in the transfer window. If he wants someone he knows who he wants, give me that guy. And I don't think he had the problem of
attracting
what he's having now, especially with give you this money to spend.
He would have definitely stifled the progression of Januzaj, Danny Welbeck, and at the time, at Kagawa as well. And at the time, if like those players were Januzaj was important to us, and like Kagawa for me was very, very underrated. And I mean, he would have gone on to do great things under Ferguson, but Moyes just didn't understand what he had. So.
What do you think?
How long have you got? Okay, so let's take it back to when David Moyes was appointed United boss.
Yeah.
The reason why Mourinho didn't get the job is because Ferguson and Charlton didn't want him.
Yeah, that's true.
Moyes was the one.
Yeah.
Bobby Charlton didn't like Mourinho's antics. He didn't like the way that he poked Tata Martino. Not Tata Martino. It was the Barcelona coach.
Yeah, it was cancer. His name, the one that
Villanova coach. Like, they just didn't like him in general. So he'd be on a hiding to nothing the moment he walked through that door, right? With Charlton and Fergie in the background, it wouldn't have worked. Now, you mentioned Paul Scholes. Someone mentioned Paul Scholes about what he says in the media. Now, don't forget, you've got Scholes, you've got Ferdinand, you've got Giggs. You've got a few of these class of 92 acolytes there, right, that are kind of sticking their oar in whenever they can because they're Fergie boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever Fergie says goes. It's all part of a little mafia then. I know this for a fact. I don't go into this. Right? So it wouldn't have worked, but not because of Jose. It wouldn't have worked because of these people, as I said, because of his negative influence. It wouldn't have worked because of the owners. Now, don't forget, you're talking about a group of individuals, or parasites as I call them, that have taken over £1.3 billion out of the club through costs, through interest repayments, everything. Do you think they would have given Jose Mourinho the money that he'd have wanted? No. The reason why United spent a shit ton of money, pardon my language, under Van Gaal is because they were desperate to get back into that top four because they were lagging behind. So they threw everything they could at George Mendes. They threw everything they could at Raiola when Mourinho came in. And that's why United are in the mess that they're in. Now, if Mourinho had come in without Ferguson and Charlton in the background, who, mind you, Bobby Charlton has since shut up since having that stand named after him, right? Anyway, right? So, don't get me started. He'd have come in, he may not have won the league title in his first season, but when you take into consideration, you've got Ferdinand, Vidic, Evra, Ryan Giggs, you've got over 700-800 games worth of experience there. When David Moyes came in, not only did he get rid of the backroom stuff, he's telling Rio Ferdinand, Rio, watch DVDs of Jagiel because you show you how to defend.
That way.
Right?
You know,
move on. Translation.
He's making, right? I'm actually on the eve of the Champions League game against Bayern Munich, when they've got the opportunity to train in the Allianz Arena, and saying, "No, we're going to go to a local park. Let's play at Hackney Marshes and train at Hackney Marshes before
when they're in a car park."
Right? No, that's a normal thing that they just warm up. But you know. It was a big clusterfuck under David Moyes. So had Jose Mourinho come in and he'd be backed, possibly United would still be up there now. I don't think that a lot of changes needed to be done. I mean, you mentioned Cleverley and Welbeck. Danny Welbeck was sold because he was leaking stories about team lineups in the press. That's why he was sold. Yeah. Like, they didn't like his attitude, right?
I heard.
Because even
that
Ferdinand.
guy.
No. Because even Ferdinand came out and was like, Moyes.
Ferdinand, Mr. Holier than thou.
Ferdinand's a funny guy.
You're rubbing your nose. Are you saying something about real Ferdinand?
Huh?
You're rubbing your nose.
I'm gonna
lie to you. It's exactly what you just said there, my brother. Yeah, he was right. They told him, Timothy, yeah, just keep the backroom staff. You're okay. Don't do anything else. You're okay. You're very, very fine. I swear to God, bro. If we had done that, we won't be having this conversation.
Yeah,
he don't even have the right to talk to me about now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. No, seriously. Sorry.
Imagine inviting someone to your house for dinner and they come in and say, well, I'm going to change your furniture.
No, mate.
You know, I'm going to change your whatever's in the fridge. That's effectively what David Moyes did. David Moyes wasn't hiding to nothing when he came in because he won nothing in his career. How can these footballers look at him
and respect him?
How can you come in and it wasn't even like Ferguson. Because it gets me mad. Like Ferguson kindly just suggested to you that you keep the backroom staff for one season.
Get used
for
to
one
it,
season so that they can bring you in and so you can learn the Manchester United way.
Yeah.
That's all he said. He didn't say, "Oh, hold on to him for the rest of the time." Then just one season. No. I don't want to do. And then what got me mad is when Rio Ferdinand said that there was times where like what Ferguson was doing training during the beginning of the week is he would let you know what the starting 11 is going to be for the weekend, and then they would work towards like tactics and stuff.
Yeah, he let them know at what.
Moyes is letting them know like
in the morning,
half an hour before kickoff.
That's crazy.
Oh, like in the dressing room kind of thing.
Like it's a schoolboy.
This is the thing. You've got someone that's dealing with big personalities.
Yeah.
Like, Man United, regardless of their league position at the moment, they're still one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah,
when David Moyes came in, he took the league champions, albeit they were one of the most average title-winning teams in history. Right? They won the league with Antonio Valencia, just as it all really.
Yeah.
You know? But that being said, when you look at the players that were there, Hernandez, Nani was fairly decent back then. Like the backline, Mourinho would work well when he's got a backline that he can trust. That backline spoke for itself. Yeah. And don't forget there were big characters, big personalities, and big CVs there.
Yeah,
right?
Van der Sar as well in goal, right?
I think so, wasn't it?
No, De Gea.
Sorry, De Gea.
But still, he probably would have got a lot out of him. But having said that, Jose still needs a treasure chest. He still needs a war chest of money to bring in players because let's be honest, a lot of these players were in their 30s.
That's what you know. What? Go on.
Yeah, I think whether he does work well with those players or whether he has implodes and everything goes tits up or whatever. I think Man United right now today would be in a much better position because those wasted years of Van Gaal and David Moyes, right? You would have learned from early that kind of football is not the Man United way. That kind of manager.
Van Gaal was brought in to basically tidy up David Moyes' mess. That's what it was. But the thing is with Van Gaal is that, again, he was another appointment that a lot of people in the background didn't really want. That's Ed Woodward's fingerprints all over that. But the thing is, have you noticed that when Van Gaal was in his second season, it was the lead up to the Boxing Day when we played Stoke City, right? He was under pressure. I think we went 8 games without scoring, 6 without a win, something along those lines. And there was pressure on Van Gaal. There was rumours about Jose Mourinho coming in. And before, it was like, the press like Scholes, Ferdinand, they were on Van Gaal's back. But the moment there were a few murmurs that Jose Mourinho's coming in, I'll give him time. And then you saw that press conference before the Stoke game, the 2-minute press conference with Van Gaal, where he came in, he goes, you guys enjoy your mince pies, and then he walked out. That had Fergie's fingerprints all over it. I think Ferguson picked up the phone and said, right, we're backing you. But then Woodward was like, you know what, I'm going to do whatever I want because I'm Ed Woodward and I don't know nothing about it.
But that, you know what? Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that a lot of people said Fergie left a good enough youth. Whereas a lot of some people were convinced, but that was nonsense. If you look at Januzaj, Jones, Smalling, Lingard,
youth is pushing it too far because they want good youth. If you're talking about youth, because if you say youth, you're talking about just young in general.
Yeah, but they weren't. None of them were top. Apart from De Gea, none of them were decent.
If you talk about lack of quality youth coming through, in terms of you can see top talent coming through, that's where you say, okay, that was wrong because, apart from De Gea,
Jones, Smalling,
small,
Lingard,
Jones was seen as some sort of Blackburn, John
Terry. We had Zaha as well.
Zaha was, that's the thing. Zaha was signed as like a present. It was like we've got this talent, raw talent that we want you to mold into a superstar in United. Like this guy, I see him as a guy with high ability, and he did nothing with the guy. Like nothing. He played what? I think what? 5-10 games in general for United.
Do you know why you're sold when you're sleeping with?
Well,
Oh yeah.
Was that not it?
What was it?
Did he not sleep with?
It wasn't that. The reason why I was sold is because he failed the test that Van Gaal did in the pre-season.
Oh yeah.
He told all the players, it's your choice to come into training tomorrow, but you could do whatever you want tonight, kind of thing. So he was the only player that didn't turn up for training, and that was it for Van Gaal. Like, what I want him for? But going back to what you said about the youngsters, Johnny Evans. You know, Ferguson sold PK because he didn't guarantee him a first. Johnny Evans would be happy to sit around and wait. Okay, I see how that works. That worked well, didn't it?
Yeah. I got a question though. What are your complaints about, like Ed Woodward?
Oh my God! You don't know what you've just done. You don't know what you've just done.
I'll give you a perfect example. Right, deadline day. This summer, Man United are offered Toby Alderweireld for £35 million. Right? Ed Woodward says no, it's okay because we've got enough central defenders, and basically we've got better than what's available out there at the moment.
Look at my face.
Better than what we've got available out there at the moment.
Okay, where's the camera? Forget this summer. Include this summer, but previous summer as well, when Jose was backed. Okay. With Lukaku and Pogba.
Okay.
You're bringing these bringing money. He's bringing in funds to get these players.
But it's not the Glazers' money. It's not the owners' money. It's not Woodward's money. It's the club's money. Right now, what you got to bear in mind is that Ed Woodward is very good at getting these commercial deals. We have a mattress partner. We have an official Macedonian mobile network.
I'm telling you, man. Like you see on Instagram, like My United's Instagram, you see all these commercials. I'm like,
all these commercial deals are to basically
religion,
compensate United for potentially not entering the Champions League.
Yeah,
they're trying to make up that money, even though it's a massive financial gap. Don't get me wrong.
But you see, that's the issue. Like the true fans, and there's a lot of like yesterday fans, like and today fans, like the fans that have been here from the get go. You can't fool us with all that commercial stuff. We forget all that. We want to win. We want to win. Woodward, what are you doing to make us like what are you putting in line to make us successful? Because
even if Mourinho goes, who comes in, and when they come in, who do they sign? Who can they get rid of?
That's the process. As much as I've been frustrated with Mourinho for certain things, the issue is if you come in as a new manager and you've got this owner or this chairman or whatever he is, chief executive, whoever he is, that comes and just you go into a club that knows nothing about football in the boardroom, that they know nothing. Commercial. I want this player. Oh, we've got enough centre backs. This guy is as good as this guy. Kind of nonsense. What does Woodward know more than Mourinho about defenders? Real talk.
For him to tell you that his defense
bear in mind, Perisic. We didn't want to pay a bit of extra money for Perisic, right? So Alderweireld was valued at what, 60 million before? If the guy calls you and says, "Hey, take it for 35," he's chopped off 25 million, and your manager said, "I need this guy in my defense." For you to go and tell him that you got Chris Smalling and Philip Jones.
That's a Philip.
You're not already.
I said a full name, Philip.
No, I understand that. You've bought Lindelof, you bought Bailly. Cool. But then if you want Alderweireld, who's better than the two,
you have to go for it.
And then if you feel like if your manager is saying what the other three are Rojo, Jones, and Smalling,
you have to go for it, man.
Certainly, one of them are going.
There's
It's a lack of trust, but then do you know more than the manager? Regardless of what he's done, do you know more than him?
They trusted him before.
But do you know more than him? No.
This is no rhetoric. They backed Jose Mourinho because he brought in Bailly and Lindelof, but yet Jose Mourinho isn't a long-term coach. Well, hang about, Bailly and Lindelof were 24 when they signed him. Neither of them have played but a total of 70 games each prior to signing for Man United. So if they're not long-term players. Now, what you'll notice with Jose Mourinho, and yes, he does want players in their late 20s, early 30s because they're established, because they know how to close games off. If we had an Alderweireld, or say a Villian, or even a Perisic, I'm pretty sure we'd be a bit better off than what we are now. Now, okay, I'm not saying that Jose is blameless in this because he has got to take his fair share of the blame. However, that being said, when he comes out in the press and saying, this is heritage and this is football heritage and all that kind of stuff, this isn't a dig at Man United Football Club. It's a dig at the upstairs. Right. Because what he's saying is that, hang about, Ferguson carried you because United won Champions Leagues under the Glazers, yes, but that was in spite of them, not because of them, right? Don't forget that since Ferguson left, should I say, up until Van Gaal came in, Stoke and Aston Villa had a bigger net spend in the previous 5 years. So all this money that Van Gaal spunked or whoever was spent on Herrera or Shaw, whatever, like, it's about bloody time. You know? So when you see these other teams spending money, look, United have spent money, granted. But let me tell you something, right? If Mourinho was given the players that he wanted, it's not about spending the money. I can spend 30p on a can of Red Bull or an alternative of Red Bull or buy a Red Bull. You're still going to get different quality, aren't you? Right? But what I'm saying is, if Jose Mourinho is fully back in terms of okay, I'm deviating or digressing because I can really go on that. Lukaku wasn't his first choice.
Who was?
Griezmann was his first choice.
Right, not Morata.
Griezmann
Oh
was his first
yeah.
choice. Then he wanted Griezmann.
You know
he
what's
wanted
supposed to
Morata.
get Griezmann the
Morata was his
season.
second
Do you
choice.
remember why I was so mad
okay, got you,
when I saw
yeah.
hashtag Red Rum?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Guys,
Bottom line is, we United fans have been spoiled.
Yeah.
We've been spoiled
For 20 years. I wish I had
for a
20
long
years.
time. Ooh, for a long time, right? But we need to face facts that we ain't this giant on the pitch that we were anymore.
And I love that. I'll tell you that.
We've just got to face facts.
Guys,
There are
I
teams
love
out there that
that.
are
Stop talking.
improving. There are teams out there that are improving. They're improving. They're playing better football than us, right? On the flip side, it's no excuse, right? When you've got a board that is taking so much money out of the club, right, to line their own pockets, right? I'm sitting there thinking, please, if there is a God out there, let the Saudis buy United.
Yeah.
Let them buy. Because I've seen Salam Alaikum
Yeah.
all day. I don't care.
No, he's right. No,
Alaikum
seriously,
salam,
because honestly, the thing is Ed Woodward, the problem is Ed Woodward is doing what he's doing, yeah. And what angers me the most is the fact that he sits there at the games and you can see on his face,
He's
he's like,
annoyed,
he goes, no, I'm messing up, but my job is comfortable and safe.
Right.
No
And
one's
for now,
no
he
one.
was key in bringing in the Glazers.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Case in point.
Yeah.
They don't care. It's like Arsenal. It's like no. It's like Stan Kroenke and them guys over there. They're eating money. They're eating. You know Stan Kroenke, like, because you know. I dabble into a few sports here and there. So the NFL,
Yeah.
he has a team that's the equivalent to Arsenal right now. They haven't won anything.
Well, what have the Tampa
But
Bay
don't
Buccaneers
care.
done since they won the Super Bowl?
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm just going to say one more thing on this, right? And I'm going to go back to Ferguson here,
I
right?
can't believe this.
If Ferguson had turned around and said,
What happened?
right, if the Glazers take over, I'm
done.
quitting.
They wouldn't
Right?
have done
They
that.
wouldn't have taken
Yeah,
over
they
because the
can't do
banks
that.
wouldn't have taken that.
Yeah.
They would give them the money for the
Yeah.
loans. But because Ferguson stayed there and he was happy to jump into
Get
bed
on
with
with it.
the Glazers
Yeah.
and do whatever he had to do with David Gill and George Mendes, and I don't even know why people aren't investigating the Bebe deal. But it's another story.
Oh, boy.
But-
All right, guys,
Yeah.
we'll run up here. That was fun. Seeing United fans like this, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen,
Can you love it? Can you end
no,
this?
wait. I've
We
seen
get
you for
it.
20.
man.
I've seen you for
No,
20
no,
years,
man.
not worrying about results. Yep, we're gonna win it. 97th minute, we're gonna win it. I'm so happy. Thank you.
I haven't watched match today.